welcome to our podcast. I am so excited, Dr. Dana Ellis, that you are with us here in studio. And I'm so excited to talk about so many different things regarding dermatology, anti-aging, a new product called Timeless. Thanks for being here.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I'm equally as excited to talk about your new product, Timeless, because there's so many exciting things about it.
Well, so I did a little research on you. Okay. So
that's scary.
So what's really cool is you graduated first in your class at Tulane. So the green wave, right?
Oh, roll wave.
But then what was really cool is I'm curious. Tell us about your Olympic experience in Athens. So, tell her, we want to hear all about this.
Oh my gosh. Well, it feels like a lifetime ago now, and I'm definitely not in the same shape I was back then. But started out as a gymnast. I grew up doing gymnastics, and when I finished gymnastics, everyone was saying, these female gymnasts are getting into women's pole vault. So women's pole vault was a very new sport at the time. The first time it was in the Olympics was in the year 2000. That's just the time I got into it. So it was perfect timing. Just accelerated, I think, because of my gymnastics background. It gave me a little bit of an advantage, and ended up making the 2004 Athens Olympic Games team.
That is amazing.
Full disclosure, though, I competed for Canada.
I know. I saw that. We have some we are open in Canada, so a bunch of our listeners will be excited to hear that you're Canadian. So, I mean, what an amazing things. But let's fast forward to today. You're a board certified dermatologist. Tell us about your career. What made you pick dermatology? And we just want to know about you.
Yeah, so I grew up in Canada, and that's where I, as I mentioned before, was into gymnastics and all things sports. So actually, when I knew I wanted to do medicine, which wasn't until maybe I was about 16 or 17, I thought I wanted to do, sports medicine or perhaps orthopedics. Mm-hmm. When I got into medical school, everyone and their brother was, saying, dermatology, it's the latest and greatest, the lifestyle's great, mm-hmm. and this and that. And at the time I thought, how boring, skin. How does somebody do skin all day? Well, in my third year of medical school, I ended up doing a 2-week rotation in dermatology, and I was absolutely sold. I just found it fascinating that the skin is such a window to the internal environment. Mm-hmm. And so you're able to diagnose so much visually just by looking at the skin. Things that you might otherwise need in other specialties, x-rays or MRIs, right. or, some of, internal imaging procedures.
So you're not diagnosing me right now, based on my skin.
All the time. I'm constantly diagnosing John. Yes.
Oh, that's
yes.
bad.
This
that's
mole,
bad.
That mole.
That is awesome. Well, so let's dig into that a little bit. So you're seeing patients every day. And what are some of the major concerns patients have as they come see you today?
Oh, it's hard to narrow it down. Mm-hmm. There's so many concerns. Yep. Mm-hmm. But I think, I think the top, if I could list maybe about 4 of the top concerns by my patients every day. So wrinkles, number one.
Okay.
I mean, who really likes wrinkles? Right. So, and primarily those that start to form as we age, kind of around the eyes and the mouth. Mm-hmm. I think loose and sagging skin mm-hmm. as a second, especially kind of neck and jawline area. Sunspots, so dark spots and uneven skin tone, especially here in Florida. We get so much sun, so dark spots can definitely be an issue for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And then dull and dry skin.
Okay.
It's funny because when I was growing up, I remember, you wanted this matte look. We used to have those, shine blotting papers so that we wouldn't be too sweaty or dewy or glowy looking. Now everybody wants this shiny, dewy, glowy skin. So dryness and dullness.
So I am obviously not a dermatologist, nor am I a doctor, but I do witness my teenagers, and it's weird. They're all about skincare, even at a young age. And then you're hearing more and more about, at least from my guy standpoint of view, anti-aging wrinkles. That's something you did later on in life. It wasn't something that you heard early on, but it seems that in the market today that people are really focused at an earlier age. Am I accurate? Not accurate? You can tell me I'm an idiot, but that's what it feels like. And that's what I feel like we're seeing What are your thoughts?
It's very true. I think thanks to largely in part due to social media and just, I think the accessibility of education and information now, younger and younger folk are starting into these anti-aging routines, people in their 20s and 30s now. And I think that we're finding that, more and more people truthfully are looking for sort of real, legitimate and proven options for anti-aging. And it's sometimes hard to find, there's a lot of hype out there, and it's hard for consumers and my patients to kind of know what the truth is and where to find it. So
that's so good. And you brought up social media, obviously podcasts, things on YouTube, all the things that they're looking at. It seems like the consumer and the customer and the patient has become so more educated, right, than we've ever been before.
Definitely.
How much do things like diet, stress, environmental factors, sun, even sleep, like how do those affect aging and our skin?
So lifestyle, as far as aging goes, is huge. Actually, interestingly enough, I was listening to a podcast the other day given by a board-certified dermatologist and epigeneticist, and she was actually explaining, and it was so interesting to me because I never knew this, that through studies now we're finding that only about 15% of the rate at which we age is due to genetics. The other 85% is completely due to lifestyle and the choices we make. And I thought that's pretty awesome that we have that sort of responsibility for our own aging, that we can really control through our lifestyle choices the rate at which we age. So, to your point, diet, we know that foods high in sugars and then processed foods can really accelerate the rate at which we age. And not getting into too much detail, but that would be through something called glycosylation. You had mentioned sleep. Poor sleep can accelerate the rate at which we age because I think it decreases the ability for our skin overnight to kind of restore and repair itself. Increased stress leads to increased cortisol levels, which we know can accelerate aging as well. And then, of course, sun and pollution too. We know that can, accelerate, I think, the rate at which our collagen and elastin tissue breaks down.
That's amazing. When we think about skincare, when we think about skin, the science and the technology behind it today, there's multiple approaches now. It's not just one approach. What are your thoughts on the future of skincare? Do you think, it's external, like it's topical? Do you think it's internal? Do you think it's both? What are your thoughts on as the world's evolving and people are caring more about this? Where do you land on that?
Yeah, I think skincare is becoming more and more sort of an inside out approach, more of sort of a like whole person approach, whole person care. And I think, more focus these days is being put on gut health, on nutrition, on stress management, things we can do to really control aging from the inside out. Topical products are still very important,
Yes,
especially
absolutely.
with new methods of delivery. So delivery technologies such as encapsulated retinoids and peptides and that sort of thing. One can't kind of live without the other, but definitely an inside out approach is kind of where I think the future's going.
I love that. Just a fun question. What are some of the biggest myths you encounter about aging skin?
I can list a few. I'll try and keep it brief again, but I think one of the biggest myths in skincare, especially nowadays when places like Sephora and Ulta Beauty are so jam-packed with products.
My daughter's two favorite places right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I think you're not alone on that. But I think, one myth is that expensive automatically equals better. I think that can be true in some cases, but I think what's more important is the formulation of the product, for sure. Another myth that I hear quite frequently is that, you don't need to apply sunscreen when it's cloudy outside. We know that's definitely not true.
Okay.
That UV light can definitely penetrate through the clouds and accelerate aging. So sunscreen, non-negotiable, every day, cloudy, sunny, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're even coming to find that inside light, that visible light, can lead to acceleration and in aging in the skin and dark spots. So sunscreen, definitely important. I think another one is that water is kind of a cure-all. So hydration and drinking lots of water, it's important, but I don't think it's the full answer. I mean, I have lots of patients that come in who drink oodles and oodles of water all day long, but their skin is still dry and flaky. Really, it's more of a skin barrier function issue than it is the amount of water you're drinking. I think another myth is that, start skincare or an anti-aging regimen when you're 40. I think that was the old way of thinking. Now we know that, it's important to start earlier, kind of the earlier, the better, 20s, 30s. I mean, it's never too late to start, but I think earlier is better, because we're finding more and more now that prevention is key.
I love that, because I think that, that is what really moved us into this very product, is that it really is necessary at every age. It's not for a specific age group or demographic. It's the earlier, the better. And it's better when it's something you enjoy, right?
Totally.
What is your personal view on kind of the future of aging? Is it how we feel? Is it how we look? I kind of stalked your Instagram just a little bit before this interview, and there was one that you did that really kind of made me think, and it wasn't the exact quote, but you'll know the one I'm talking about. When you said that by the time your skin has kind of reacted or something, it means that something on the inside, it was something on the inside that brought it to the outside. I thought that was fascinating. Could you just kind of expand on that?
Yeah. And I think again, it's about looking good and feeling good. When you feel good on the inside, through good skincare, stress management, good nutrition, I think it really shows on the outside and in your appearance. And when you look good, you also feel good as well. It brings people confidence. So I think it's sort of two-pronged, and it's a little bit of both.
I mean, you're an athlete. Prime said, if you look good, if you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yes.
You play good, they pay good. Right?
Yes, there you go. Yes. not in ladies pole vault.
Right. Yeah. In some sports, right? Yes. In some sports. But, well, awesome. I mean, just so much good information. But we're here to talk about a product we are so excited about. So much went into the formulation to make this product, like you said, something that is clinically proven. It's backed by science, not magic, and it works timeless. I know you see probably every type of treatment, every type of product, topical, all the things. When you look at the formulation of Timeless, and you've tasted the product, what really stands out from this product from others that are out there on the market?
Yeah, I think what makes Timeless pretty special is that, and we touched on this already, it works from the inside out. So it really focuses on aging at the cellular level. So promoting healthy aging, longevity, through, to your point, clinically studied and science-backed ingredients. And I think what I like most about Timeless is the fact that it really helps the body produce its own natural collagen, which can help with skin firmness, with hydration. It's amazing. It's an amazing product.
So you mentioned the ingredients of Timeless, and there's some key ones that I am super excited about, but I didn't want you to come in with any bias on our product. I wanted you to experience the product, look at the label, look at the ingredients. What are some of your favorite ingredients in Timeless, as you look at what actually is in this product?
Yeah, so I mean, it has so many great ingredients, but there's a trio of ingredients that I'm absolutely obsessed with. So first we'll talk about MonaJuventa Nu. So this is a clinically studied botanical that, in a nutshell, really just helps cells to work better. So helps promote cellular health and also, healthy aging as well. then there's Dermavol. So Dermavol is a clinically studied blend of 9 superfoods. So these superfoods I just think about it like this. They're kind of working together to fight the breakdown of collagen and elastin, which is so important when it comes to anti-aging or aging prevention. And just a few superfoods in the mix are, acai, asparagus, pomegranate, mangosteen. So just chock full of awesome stuff. And then finally, there's peptan. So peptan, as you know, is a blend of premium bovine collagen peptides. Okay. So these peptides are important for promoting health of the skin, health of the hair, bones, joints even. Pretty awesome stuff.
So MonaJuventa Nu, that is a very rare ingredient, and that's what drew us to it in Timeless, is that so many products you can just go grab right from Amazon or other areas. To have that in here with the other 2 ingredients, we're super excited about that. But I want to go to the last one that you mentioned, because collagen has been around a long time. There's liquid collagen, there's powdered collagen, there's different types of collagen, there's bovine, there's fish. But you are hearing this word peptide so much more, and also in the product. Can you just give like a layman's terms, selfishly for me, why a peptide over a traditional other collagen?
Yeah, well, I think it's the most sort of simplified form. Okay. So, our body is only going to be able to utilize what it can utilize. And sometimes when things are too kind of complex, it doesn't know what to do with it. So peptides, kind of we tend to sort of lose a little bit of that as we age. So important to replace it through, diet, supplements, skincare, topical skincare, and peptides are in the form that our bodies and our skin can actually use, if that makes any sense.
Love it. No, that makes so much sense. Another question I had, and I kind of alluded to it earlier, but who is Timeless for? Like when you look at the ingredients, the makeup, the kind of the trio that you just outlined, is it a specific type of person? Is it a specific age? Who's it for?
Yeah, it's really for almost everyone. Collagen, now we know, starts to break down as early as our 20s. And Timeless helps to slow this down, this process, so it really can promote skin health, healthy skin, really at any age.
Love that. I think when we brought it to the market, we said whether you're 18 or 80, right? Like it's a product for you, and you've experienced the product, you've had the product. How do you take Timeless?
Well, first of all, I think it tastes fantastic. So it's so easy to take.
So that's a big question, because on the bottle we didn't put a flavor. So in your opinion, we asked everyone all over, what does it taste like to you?
Yeah, I think it's sweet, but not too sweet.
Okay.
And it's, if I was to just give it a generalized flavor, I think like berry.
Okay.
Yeah, berry.
Right. Okay.
Berry flavor. Yeah.
No,
subtly sweet berry.
And so how do you take it? Because I know how I take it.
Yes. Well, can I be honest?
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Okay. So I think you can take it, multiple ways, but I just like to take it straight.
Like a spoonful
of sugar.
Okay.
Help some medicine go down.
So I tried that. I could not do that. So I just kind of put it in a glass of bottle, but people have done both. And it's just kind of like, do you want it quick or do you want a tasty little drink? I love that. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you for coming in, spending time with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We are so excited for this product. We're so excited to just partner with you as we go down this journey. And thank you for, really your wisdom, for, just so much, kind of breaking it down. This is a complicated product, making it simple for us. And just to kind of your straight talk about aging skin and the incredible science behind Timeless. So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much, Sean.